We are going to talk about caloric intake, basal metabolic rate, and how you can figure out how many calories you need in a day based on your activity level. Bodies by Brie week 3, we want to go in and just start discovering, okay? All of this is a discovery, it's information, it's a learning process, and it's a curve. Is everybody going to be at the same place of, figuring out their basal metabolic rate and implementing in their own nutrition plan right now? Probably not, but the more information you know, the sooner the better. So we're going to figure out our basal metabolic rate, and then you're going to start just looking at your diet, whether it be on FitnessPal or just in general. And information is power. And the more you know about how to balance out your overall nutrition and get to optimally your performance and your overall health, the better, okay? The first thing I want to just say is that week 3, we're going to add protein to every meal, okay? Following the protein list or Google protein, it will come up with a whole bunch of things that you can add to your day, each meal. So we're gonna use an example that one of the members gave me based on their age, their height, and their weight, okay? I don't love to take weight, but for things such as this, I like to figure it out once or a couple times a year, and that's about as much as I take my weight. Okay, so we're gonna use a 145-pound person, and we are gonna go 50, I think it's 5'2", and 51 years young, okay? So using those numbers, we're gonna figure it out using the Harris-Benedict formula of BMR. So that's how many calories that you need just waking up on a daily basis, okay? The equation is 655, okay? All of this is in your PDF. 0.35, 4 times 0.35, you're gonna put your weight right here. Then we're going to add all of this in brackets, just making our formula, 4.7 times, this is going to be our height in inches. Okay, there's a conversion chart in the PDF. We'll take you to how to do that, but it's a simple Google search. And 4.7 times age in years. So we used those 3 numbers that we sought out for information, plugged them into our formula, which gave us, following bed myths, those of you who are good with math and or have teenagers that are doing this, you should know it. Right, and then we're just adding, figuring out all the bracket numbers first, right? Easy peasy, and that was subtract 239.7, okay? And we got a number of plus 293.28 minus 239 and 7. Good. Check your work. And then we're gonna go 1579.03, I round up at the end, minus 239.7 gives us a basal metabolic rate of 1340 calories per day. Okay, that's how many calories you burn just waking up and not doing anything, just breathing and all of our bodily functions that we need in a day. So it's not a very high number, but it's also not a very low number. And this is why I wanted everyone to see this, because this number, okay, is what it would take to maintain this weight, doing absolutely nothing. Not of a lot of us do absolutely nothing. Let's be real, okay? Even if you're not working out in a structured manner, you're getting up, you're doing chores, you're going to work, all of those things are on and above this, okay? In the PDF, you'll see a list of light to moderate exercise daily, all the way to extreme exercise daily, which we're going to then multiply by this number to find out what kind of calories we need to maintain this weight. Okay, so if we want to lose some weight, then we decrease that number a little bit. And consistency is key. So once you decrease to a number below what we find, you want to stay there for long enough for it to actually count. So 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks is a good number. So if you're doing this right now, it's week 3. By the end of week 6, you should have kind of stayed on this rough caloric number that you figured out. Okay, if you're using FitnessPal, great way to chart it. If you're not and you're just kind of going with it, just make sure you're honest with yourself about those hidden calories and those hidden snacks that we don't calculate sometimes, because they can sure add up. So we are going to take our basal metabolic rate and with this person here using a moderate amount of exercise, okay, we multiplied that by, I think it was 1.55, so times 1.55 for moderate 3 to 4 times a week exercise, and we came up with a 2,075 calories per day. Okay, that's to maintain this body weight. Now, take into consideration, if they're wanting to up their weight training and up their overall amount of energy they exert in a day, maybe they should just stay with this number for now and worry about burning more calories instead of taking them out of our diet. Okay, because there's 2 ways to the equation. We can take them out of our diet, or we can slowly start increasing our overall fitness level and or our activity level, which therefore will take calories away, right, by exercising. So that is kind of what we're doing with Bodies by Brie. We are slowly adding systems and habits so that we're more active every single day, week, month, okay? So at the end of the year, we're 37% better for 1% better every day. That's our goal, okay? So let's keep that in mind before we start making all these changes and eating on a restricted diet. That's not my thing. If anything, I would rather give you more healthy calories than take away and increase more overall fitness level and hydration and talk about macronutrients and stuff, okay? So now we're gonna get into the part that matters, but right now for week 3, it's not a huge deal. But I want you guys to know, because like I said, knowledge is power. So let me just erase this, okay? You guys got the idea of this. If anyone needs any help, please message me via text. I think is going to be your best bet. If everyone's messaging me on text about this, then I can make sure I get back to everybody on text. If you guys want me to do this for you, I will. But it's super helpful to go through the formula that I'm going to send you and figure this out yourself, because like I said, knowledge is power, and the more you know, you know. So going into figuring out how many macronutrients you need, right? Our PDF from last week talked about proteins, carbs, and fats. Okay, pretty basic macro rule. Macro breakdown is 40% protein. I just use the abbreviation PRO. 30% carb and 30% fat. Okay, using this 2,075 calories based on basal metabolic rate and activity level, that's calories per day. We're going to figure out exactly how many calories from protein, how many calories from carbs, and how many calories from fat. Okay, so how we do that is 2,075 times 40%, and we get 830 calories. Okay, 30% of carbs, 30% of that number, we get 622.5 calories, and exactly the same amount, right? 622.5. But not all calories of these macronutrients are even. What that means is 1 calorie, okay, of protein is in 1 gram. So, or in 4 grams. So 4 grams of protein equals 1 calorie. So we got to figure out how many grams our daily allocation is allowed for 830 calories, to make up for 830 calories. You want to find grams, because you'll notice in the Fitness Pal, if you have Fitness Pal and you've entered in all the information and entered in, it should come up with your basal metabolic rate. You put in your activity level, it's doing this for you. So you don't necessarily have to do it, but you want to know where these numbers come from and how they got there, because then, you know, the pie chart and everything that we're going to start exploring make a lot more sense. So 380 calories divided by 4 grams equals 207.5 grams of protein you need in a day, okay? And this one, carbs works out to, because it's also 4 grams, okay? 4 calories per gram. So we're gonna work out 155.6 grams. Now, fat is different. Fat has 9 calories per gram. So we're only gonna have, if we divide that by 9, we're only gonna have 69 grams of fat, right? Because you wouldn't wanna be having 155. So they are not equal, okay? They are not equal. So if that is how we're gonna start looking at our food on Fitness Pal for the week. So when I'm talking about Fitness Pal and giving tutorials, or if you guys have any questions, this is how we can start looking at it a little bit differently, okay? You'll get a PDF with all this information. So please feel free to reach out via text, okay? To ask me if you need any help figuring out yours, or if you just want any little extra tidbits, and or if something has come up for you and you need help. All right, have a great week.